Hi there, and welcome to Understanding Your Business Better by Telkom Business. I am your host, Taste Champagne, and I'm joined by the marketing executive of Telkom, Mr. Innocent Perreira. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you for having me today.
Mr. Innocent Perreira is going to be taking us through how Fibre and improving your tech can facilitate improved customer service.
That's right, Tess. Fibre is a very important component of our lives today, in particular for business. Businesses today, they thrive in how well they are connected. You need to be in touch with your customers at the flick of a finger. Your customers require you to be in touch with them and respond to their queries in real time. Now, Fibre is the fuel that kind of enables that to happen all the time. So it's important for your business.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think it's important to understand customer service, whether you're providing goods, whether you're providing services, and you'll always have customer service queries, like you said, at any hours of the day. It doesn't have office hours. And I do think that Fibre can accelerate and improve their customer service.
That's right, Tess. Our customers today, they require us to communicate with them near real time. They want us to speak to them now. They're sitting there at the flick of a finger. They want you to come back with answers. Now, technology has also evolved over time. There are things like chatbots. Chatbots will enable you to be available 24 hours a day. But all of these things that you need are dependent on connectivity. So you need to be stable. You need to have the best connectivity for your business. And Fibre is one of the best ways to stay connected.
That's interesting that you say that you need a chatbot, because I'm quite young, but I'm still in the generation where there's the traditional forms that you go through and emails still work. Do you think that those frequently asked questions that we see on websites are a thing of the past? And if so, what direction do you think it's going in now?
That's right. Forms are a good way to interact with your customers because it enables you to harvest information and their query, and you can attend it at any point in time. But today we deal with a customer that is very impatient, that needs for you to be in contact with them constantly. Adopting technology like chatbots allows you to be responsive in real time, allows you to use multiple entry points like your social media, your websites. You are able to interact with customers at any point in time whenever they are ready, and they don't need to leave the platform for them to be in touch with you. So it's quite a very useful tool to have. However, connectivity is still the baseline, the foundation of everything. You need to have a working, stable, good connectivity for your business.
And that obviously stretches across a number of different aspects. In a South African context with small businesses, what technology do you think can address that?
For a small business, it's about scaling and getting the right fit type of solution that works well for your business. So what I would advise businesses is to do their research, find the right kind of tools that are right for your business, ensure that they are cost effective. We believe as Telkom that we need to provide solutions that are geared and priced right for SMEs. So it's quite important that all the suppliers that you get on board are able to provide you solutions that are quite price effective so you can stay afloat.
And also finding those right types of technology at the right price. Do you not think it alleviates some of that pressure or some of the workload for departmental staffs or people who are going to handle those queries to maybe look at more pressing or complex issues?
You're quite right. Finding solutions that work for your business is the first step, but also as a small business, you tend to work with one or two other people that you need to stay connected together. So bandwidth becomes a very important contributor to the solutions that you put on board. It's important that your Fibre provider can provide the right kind of speed, the right kind of bandwidth, and the uptime that it never goes down.
That's interesting, actually. And, connecting that with the point that you made, in terms of uptime and chatbots and this constant availability, I'm seeing a lot of automation in this. And I know myself as a customer, I prefer to speak to a person, flesh and blood. I want that genuine interaction. So how far do you think that chatbots can take us in terms of addressing some of these customer queries?
What has happened over time is that technology has evolved, and it's evolving very, very fast. customers do need the human touch, and they want to be in a conversation that feels like I'm speaking to another human being on the other side. We look at what is available today. There's things like artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence enables you to be able to get the right kind of insights about the customer, their behavior, what they are likely to do as the next step. And if you embed that as on top of your connectivity, your chatbots connectivity, you are then able to provide a much more personable kind of experience for your customers and be responsive with the right kind of things that they expect you to bring on the table for them. So in short, what I'm trying to say here, Taz, is that you gotta be at a space where you adopt key technology enablement that allows you to interact in an intelligent way with your customers, provide them useful information at the time when they need it, but also more so, be able to recommend things that they may not know yet that they need. So artificial intelligence is one of those great things that you can adopt as part of your solutions in your business.
Good to know. I would have not thought that, especially a country like South Africa, we're in a place where that can be facilitated. And COVID-19 has hit us quite difficult. And with small businesses which were struggling in terms of keeping marketing budgets going, what solutions do you think can address customer service and give that insightful marketing opportunities to small businesses in South Africa?
Great stuff. I think as Telkom, we also believe that customers or small businesses need to be in a space where they get tools that are geared for the size of their business, not to take tools that were naturally built for large corporates and retrofitted into a small business environment. So small businesses need things like CRM, they need things like data management. And what we do as Telkom is that not only do we provide you with fiber, but we also provide you with things that are hosted in the cloud, which means you invest less in infrastructure as a customer. However, getting the kind of performance of back office support systems that perform exactly like what a corporate would have. So what it means from your cost perspective is that you have huge savings. So you get the fiber at a very a competitive price. You get your other suppliers to provide you with chatbots, artificial intelligence. We then provide you with cloud-hosted solutions that can do a great service to your customers as well.
It sounds to me like when we think about AI and when we think about some of these solutions, like you were saying, we think about large corporations, such huge tech infrastructure. I don't think a lot of small businesses quite understand how AI works. So if you could just put it simply for someone to understand the benefits that AI might have for their business.
What AI does for your business is to give you the right kind of intelligence. So it helps you think one step ahead and ensure that when you interact with your customers, you've got the basis of what are their requirements, what do they need, what are they likely to move into. And when you respond, you're speaking to them in the context of the space that they are in at that particular point in time. So it helps you to gather insights and be able to respond intuitively to the customer needs.
And I really want to know from you, what would a small business need to make this level of customer service possible?
I know it sounds like stuff made out of kind of sci-fi, but it's really here with us now today. There are suppliers in South Africa who specialize in these things, and my advice to an SME is that go out there, do your research, find a supplier that speaks to you, that fits your requirements, and really take time to onboard those services because they're going to be useful in how you serve the customer going forward.
And like you were saying, finding the right supplier is so important. So I take it you also would say that finding the right business partner in terms of those needs of internet and making sure that you have the speed and bandwidth to implement this type of thing is also quite important, wouldn't you say?
That's correct. That goes without saying. The choice of the fiber supplier or partner that you go with is equally as important. Recently, as Telkom, what we have done is to double your speed to ensure that our customers are able to access better speed better stability and be able to do all the things that they need to do without increasing their costs. So we held the cost but increased the speed. It's some of the things that we do.
And what type of speed or bandwidth do you think a business would need in order to be able to make implementing AI and this type of technology possible?
So speed depends on what you want, in what line of business that you are in. As Telkom, we believe that everybody deserves to have a decent connection. What we have done, we have increased our minimum entry speed to 25 megabits per second. Now that, if you take it from a consumer perspective, if you are watching a movie, call it Netflix, you would be able to watch a movie without buffering and still be able to connect your kids on school and do all the things while just sitting in your home office doing work at the same time. So it provides quite a solid foundation for you to get work done. Also connect some of your colleagues, or if you're working from home, you can connect your family and still be able to get through the day.
And does this make super fast fiber a must-have for South African businesses? Would you put it as an essential for a business right now?
Absolutely. For a small business, it is really a must-have. You need to stay connected. You need to have a stable connection. You need to be on fiber. And as part of our offering with OpenServe, you can get this as little as $3.99 per month. And moreover, over and above that, you are able to add a voice or data solution on top of your fiber. What we put down as a commitment as Telkom is that we'll beat any quote that you have out there or any invoice today that you're having. We'll provide you with a voice solution or a bolt-on data solution at a much cheaper price than anyone else.
And we can certainly see that there's a big step. Telkom is trying to venture more into Telkom business and catering to SMEs as well. But we've also seen a lot of other companies now starting to offer business-oriented solutions for internet. What makes Telkom the right partner for internet?
That's a good question. So Telkom is the right partner for internet in many ways. One of the key things is you don't just need the connectivity alone. You need to have the connectivity, but also the services that sit on top. So our unique position puts us in a space where we're able to provide you with the fiber as a pipe for connectivity. We're able to put voice on top of that. We're able to put bolt-on data on top of that should you need more, or take one of our unlimited packages. We have cloud-based productivity solutions that are very useful for a small business to scale up or scale down as they require them. So these are things like security, these are things like CRM systems, these are things like accounting and payroll packages that you may need on demand, and you call them upon as you require. So it's all about making the SME productive.
And that's very interesting that you mentioned, on top of Wi-Fi, there's data, there's voice services, etc. Because what we've seen with other smaller companies is maybe it's just the Wi-Fi or maybe it's just the internet. So I think, and also in terms of coverage in South Africa, is a big issue as well. So it's great to see that Telkom is trying to have such an all-encompassing product. And I want to know from you, internet has been around for a while. Everyone has Wi-Fi these days. What incentivizes companies or small businesses to try and sign up now more than ever?
I think it's getting the right kind of deal. Is the first thing that you need to do for your business. That shop around, get the right kind of deal. And we are confident that as Telkom, we've got very price aggressive deals that can help a business to save a little bit of money and invest that money in other things that they require to get their business running. But also, moreover, what's important is to get a partner that thinks and stands with an SME, understand that the reason why you want these things is to run a tight business. So you require connectivity first and foremost to run a business. So it's quite important then, therefore, that the partner that you go with, they understand that as a foundation, that it's quite important for you to have the right connectivity so your business has continuity.
And you mentioned the price aggressiveness, especially during economic times like this. I'm not a small business, but I can certainly get behind savings anywhere and everywhere that I can.
Absolutely. Saving each and every cent nowadays is very, very important. We've been forced by the COVID pandemic to stay even much longer online. So what it translates to is that without knowing, you could be spending even more. So packages that are structured well for an SME and structured for the kind of environment that we find ourselves today are going to be key for SME success. And we raise our hand. We say we're going to be actively involved. We're going to put up packages that are structured and geared for that. But moreover, we're going to look at price as the main thing that is going to help the SMEs to save more money and be able to stay in business.
And that's very interesting that you mentioned the price and the structuring of it, because you're always trying to find a package that can suit your pocket and also suit your requirements. But let's say we weren't looking at price. Let's say we were trying to get the best possible package that we could to cater to a business. What would you recommend?
My recommendation is you go to their website, telkombusiness.co.za, find a deal that suits you best in there. Our entry-level deal, as earlier mentioned, is at $399. It's 25 megabits per second. It's enough to run a small business, and you could scale up to higher packages as and when you require.
What is the highest package right now?
We have a 50 megabits per second package, but we also have 100 megabits. That depends on what type of business you are running, what sort of data files that you need to send through. The more heavier, the more speed you might require. So it's for the SME to decide how big they want to go.
And then aside from the speed itself, what else would someone expect to get from a package like that?
So our packages, they come in different forms. Whether you need capped data, you know what you need per month, you can come and say, I need 50 gig data, and we've got a package that's priced for that. Or you come to us and say, I really don't know what I need, but I think I don't want to be cut off. So there are unlimited, uncapped packages that we offer as well. So really the choice is for the SME.
And that's really all we have to say today. Thank you again so much, Mr. Innocent Perreira, for coming through and providing such great insight into customer service, into how Fibre can enhance your customer service and your business, and also just showing us the ins and outs of how this can improve a business's performance.
It's been a pleasure, Tess. Thank you very much.
Join us in the next installment of Understanding Your Business Better, where we're going to be delving into efficiency and driving the success to keep your business growing in a post-pandemic world. Again, final thanks to our sponsors, Telkom Business, and our guests for taking the time to get us up to speed on how to supercharge your customer service.